what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the NECA Halloween 2 Retro Cloth Dr. Loomis and Laurie Strode figures. Now I'm definitely excited about picking this one up, and mainly because we are getting like a new Dr. Loomis figure, so that's one of the main reasons why I'm definitely excited about this. And it's really called Halloween 2 Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis figures. You know, they actually have Laurie Strode before Dr. Loomis, you know. And it is cool that we're getting like another another Laurie Strode figure too as well. I think that's awesome too as well. Now this is like my second favorite film in the Halloween like film series, you know, even though it's like being retconned and no longer exists with the recent 2018 Halloween like reboot. This film no longer exists, you know, but this is still and has always been like my second favorite film in the Halloween film series, because I even have the Blu-ray right here too as well, Halloween 2, you know. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about this, you know, and again, this is like a retro cloth, or you can say cloth to like base figures, you know. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and get into this right now. Okay, as you can see, this is the box that contains the two figures, you know. It does say Halloween 2, Laurie Strode, Dr. Loomis, right down the front. And of course, you know, you can see the figures on the inside, and the accessories that they have, you know. And on the side it has like an image of Dr. Loomis right there. Then on this side it has an image of Laurie Strode too. And of course it has images of the figures like on the back too as well. It also says, this is like the scripture, it says they couldn't stop him, now he's back. Then it says includes 2 pistols, alternate Loomis hand, and a pumpkin too as well. I like how you see like the Haddonfield Memorials logo up there too as well. I think that's awesome for like the hospital. But I like this packaging, you know, being that it's like a retro cloth figure, because I know usually they give us like those clamshell packagings, so I think it's cool that they gave us a box this time. It also says Haddonfield Memorial Hospital up here too as well, as you can see. Alright. Here's the background diorama that comes with the 2 figures too. Okay, as you can see, there's the Dr. Loomis figure. Now I chose to go with him first, you know, because I never had like a Dr. Loomis figure before, and I know NECA did previously do like one like a long time ago. So I just decided to go with him first. And he does stand pretty well, but I just actually put him on a stand. Now when I measure him, he is like 8 inches, you know, like right over like 8 inches. On the stand at least he is. So what I'm going to do is just talk about his articulation and likeness to Donald Pleasance. Now I must admit, the likeness to Donald Pleasance I think is pretty good on this figure, you know, especially from like certain angles that really does look like Donald Pleasance. Michael! So I think they did a good job on that, especially when it's like from certain angles, you know. Even like straight on it does like look like Donald Pleasance, you know. But definitely like from certain angles they did a good job on that, I believe. He does have like a head rock, you know, you can turn it all like that. He looks up, you know. He even looks down. So I think they did a pretty good job on that, you know. Like the sculpting and so on. The likeness to Donald Pleasance is done very well. I also think this suit, and I'm kind of happy too that it's not overly baggy too. It's not baggy at all. It actually fits him pretty good, you know. The actual suit itself, as you can see, this actually fits him pretty good. You can see like the tie underneath, even like the actual suit to itself, like the coat, which has buttons on it too as well, as you can see. I do notice they don't have any buttons on the outside of the coat too, you know. I do notice that kind of stands out. And I noticed this also right here can open, like his actual jacket underneath, it actually can open up, as you can see too as well. So it has like some Velcro right there. So then what you gotta do is just strap it back on. Another thing I think is kind of cool about this, and I'm kind of happy about too as well, this Dr. Loomis figure actually has a wired trench coat. This actually has like a bendable wire in it. You can tell it's like wire based, because you see how I can bend it like that, you know. It's like I actually have like, it's like floating like in the wind or something like that, you know. So I think that's kind of cool that he does have like a wire in it. But it does like the wire is only in the trench coat at the bottom part, like the bottom portion of the trench coat. It's like it's only down here, you know. I can't really notice it up top. It looks like it might be, you know, but like it's definitely just down here at the bottom of the trench coat. That's where the bendable wire is. It's like it's still kind of troublesome trying to like to keep it open if you want it like that, because you know that's how Dr. Loomis really be, you know, it's like that, you know. That's what I was trying to do, but it kind of closes back up. I like the pants too, everything. Everything's done pretty good. The shoes, you know. Now, as usual, if I notice, like with most like the cloth, the retro cloth figures from NECA, it looks like they be kind of tight around this kind of area, you know, like the feet and legs, like they be kind of, you know, I'd be actually kind of scared to actually bend them, you know, because they seem so tight. But you can't like bend his leg, you know. I notice his arms can like go apart about, I guess you could say back to that angle. I didn't want to raise him too high because he has on like this cloth and material, and it might actually rip the actual coat, you know. So you see he does go back that far with the arms. Now I'm sure you can raise it up higher than that, but like I said, it might start tearing like the actual cloth and material in here, you know. I think he has a band. I'm trying to find it in the elbow. Yeah, he actually has like a band right there in the arm too. But again, like I said, the coat kind of limits it, you know. I don't want to do that too much. But yeah, I am impressed with this. He kind of has like an ab crunch too, so you can bend him forward like that too as well, you know. So yeah, I think this is a pretty solid figure. And it's just cool to have like a, like I said, he does stand too as well. I was trying to keep the trench coat actually open because I noticed how Dr. Loomis really bees, you know. He has to kind of be open, it be like open like that. But I think this is like a pretty solid figure, you know. I think it looks pretty good. This is awesome, you know. And this was one of my most anticipated figures of the year from like NECA, you know. So I think they did a good job on this. Now what I want to do is talk about the actual accessories that come with the Dr. Loomis figure. This right here is the alternate hand that he has, which is like the light up hand from, you know, from like the end of the film. Spoiler alert, you have to see it, you know, when he set Michael Myers on fire and so on. You can set the flame too, and the lighter itself. It's time, Michael. And the last accessory that comes with the Dr. Loomis figure is this actual pistol. And as you can see, I actually have the pistol in Dr. Loomis's hand too as well. He holds it pretty well too. This is actually like a trigger hand, you know, for it, you know. Now up next, what I want to do is talk about the actual Laurie Strode figure. And she does stand pretty well too. And I think this is awesome that we are getting like another Laurie Strode figure. I think that's pretty cool, you know. And I forgot to mention that they do have peg holes, because even the Dr. Loomis one had. So I'm kind of happy that NECA did that too, you know. They gave us like peg holes for the figures, you know. So I think that's kind of cool. So I just still chose to put on this stand. So what I do right now is just actually measure her. And she's, yep, like right on the 8 inches. So I guess I'll just talk about the likeness, you know, and the articulation of this figure with a likeness to Jamie Lee Curtis. And here's another one I think is done very good as far as I like the likeness to Jamie Lee Curtis. That really does look like her, especially from like certain angles. That really does look like her, you know. I think that's cool. Why me? So I think they did a good job. But I like how you can see the wound right there, like the bloody wound, you know, from where Michael had stabbed her on the original film, like on her arm. Then they did a good job on that right there. You can see the blood and stuff. And that's cool. You can even kind of see like her kind of her breasts through this too, you know. It's like it's kind of like sticking out somewhat, and it's kind of cool. Now her hair is actually sculpted. Now she can't really like look up, and I guess because of her hair, you know, and she can kind of look down, but not too much, you know. But the head does like turn, you know, and so on. I noticed that being that this is like a cloth material, you can actually see like the string right here on the back of her Laurie Strode. So you actually can untie her, looks like it, you know, if you look right there. You can actually take this off her, I believe, like open her on up. She also has like the bandages on her feet too down here as well, you know. think that's kind of cool. Even like a bandage right here on this hand too, that's actually bloody too. From when she got busted glass, like on the original one, when she was escaping out the kitchen. Then also right here, you see like the this right here on her arm too, like this yeah, like the hospital thing, the bandage thing, you know, that has her name on it. I forget what they call those. Now her arms, they can go up like that. I didn't want to bend them too much, you know, and feel breaking them. Now I do notice that this arm right here is like very loose, but she does have like a bend in them, you know. But I do notice this one seems to be very loose, so I don't want to bother it too much, you know. Her leg goes up too as well. She has a bend in the knee. She seems to be very loose, I guess, because she's so like such a thin of like a figure, you know. So I'm kind of careful with her. Like I told you, like this arm on here seems very loose. So I didn't want to bother it too much. That's actually like the trigger hand too, I noticed, you know. And of course you can kind of do a split, but not too much, you know. But I think this is a pretty awesome looking figure. Like I said, it definitely does look like Jamie Lee Curtis, like from certain angles, you know. So I think they did a good job on that. Then Laurie Strode actually only has like one accessory that comes with hers, you know, which is this actual pistol. It's very similar to the one that Dr. Loomis had. There's Laurie with the actual pistol in her hand. Like I said, this arm is very loose too. Like I had mentioned before, you know, I don't know if it's just mine, you know, but it's like very loose. The actual trigger hand arm, the right arm, is very loose. And the last accessory that comes with the Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis figures is this actual pumpkin. I think it's kind of awesome that they gave us this again, you know, the actual skull pumpkin from like the theatrical poster for Halloween 2. Yeah, that's cool. Now what I want to do is actually give like some comparisons of the figures. So as you can see, these are actually about the same in height, you know. Dr. Loomis is just a little taller than Laurie Strode, and I believe that's because she didn't have no shoes on, you know. But right now what I'm going to do is actually bring in the actual Michael Myers figure, retro cloth Michael Myers figure based on Halloween 2, which I still believe has like the best sculpt on an officially licensed Michael Myers figure that I have seen. It's officially licensed. I know they have like a lot of like custom ones out there too as well, you know. So this is how he actually compares with them, you know. And I think he'll be a little higher than Dr. Loomis if I had him like on the stand, you know. But just showing like the comparison. And I think this is like awesome collection too as well, you know. Now what I also want to do is actually bring in the ultimate version of Michael Myers from Halloween 2, you know. So as you can see, that's him right there. Just showing like a comparison. This is like the Halloween 2 collection that I have here. I actually have the Tomb Michael Myers too as well, you know. But these are the ones based on like the Halloween 2 film, you know. And now what I want to do is bring out the actual Tomb version of the Halloween 2 Michael Myers, you know. This him right here, as you can see. And he also had that skull pumpkin too that came with these, you know. He also had that skull pumpkin too, but it's just like done in tomb form. Okay, there's the NECA Halloween 2 1981 retro cloth, or you could say cloth that Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis figures. I think these are awesome, you know. Like I said, the Dr. Loomis figure I think was done very well. Like the likeness to like Donald Pleasance, you know, I thought was awesome. Like I'm happy and excited that they actually gave us like a wire-based trench coat because there's like a wire in it, you know. But I also think they did a good job with the likeness to Jamie Lee Curtis for like Laurie Strode too as well. And you know, this is based on 1981's Halloween 2, which no longer exists. It's like in the timeline with the recent Halloween from 2018, like that recent reboot. It had retcon like all the sequels like in the series, you know, so this no longer even exists, you know. But this is still like my all-time second favorite film in the Halloween film series, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about these, and I think these are definitely worth getting, you know. I think they did a good job on these, and I am definitely excited just to have like a Dr. Loomis figure, because I know NECA did do like a Dr. Loomis figure like a long time ago, you know. But I am definitely excited and happy that I have like a Dr. Loomis figure, you know. I think that's kind of cool, you know. But yeah, I definitely recommend picking these up, you know. So this is the NECA Halloween 2 retro cloth Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis figures. Please leave a comment and subscribe to as well.